Good morning or afternoon, everyone. My name is Zhang from University Putra, Malaysia, and today I'm sharing recognizing streamer attribute concepts, theoretical clarification adapt to esports live streaming. And in one sentence, this research is to build a clear esports specific map of what viewers value in streamers. So we can measure it maybe probably later. So this research will set up the context, explain why this matters, walk through the review method, show the five-dimension framework, and end with the contribution limitations and next steps. When I say esports live streaming, like what exactly it is, I mean the streams build around a competitive performance, match broadcast, scrims, and practice training, tactical and analysis or something else. So this is a bit different from entertainment first game streaming, and because streamers here are more often players, coaches, analysts, or casters, or someone at least very close to the ecosystem, and audience expect not only fun but version literacy, tactical explanation, and performance insight, and training logic, something they cannot be seen in the match stage. So why do attributes matter here? So I mean, the esports streamers, because esports streamers draw audience, influence team, and brand outcomes. And they translate expert practice for wider viewers. And in this result-driven environment, viewers judge whether a streamer knowledgeable or trustworthy, like relatable, engaging, and interactive, and so on. The literatures talk about these ideas, however, is scattered, label overlap, definitions drift, and many measures do not fit the esports setting. And we need a clean, esports sensitive framework that stand on its own and can be turned into a reliable scale. So the research objective are very straightforward. First, review about a decade of relevant work. Second, standardize the concept and organize them into independent dimensions that fit esports and are ready for measurement. So the goal is a framework that can be actually used in research and practice. So methodologically, this research run structured search across Scopus, Web of Science, EBSCO host, and Google Scholar, this kind of main database, covering 2014 to 2024, um, plus backward forward citation tracing. That's why maybe in later slides you will notice some very early classic reference, because when we run a literature check, we notice that many recent esport or live streaming papers still rely on this foundational work and define concepts um, like trustworthy or social attractiveness. Since this classic style are still conceptually relevant and frequently cited, we included them to maintain the theoretical completeness. And this research focus on peer-reviewed English studies dealing with viewer perception, streamer attributes, and if any study was not strictly esports but clearly transferable, this research considered it. Okay? And you may ask why the research method seems like to be a systematic review, um, because I mentioned the time window and keywords and so on. Actually, at the very beginning, we plan to do a yeah we plan to do a systematic review, and but after initial screen, we realized that there were fewer than 30 studies that directly examined the esports streamers' attributes. So the literature was very scattered across different fields: communication, psychology, marketing. So it didn't meet the criteria for full systematic review. That's why we chose a narrative review, which follows more flexibility and integrate conceptual insight and build a theoretical framework rather than focus on quantitative. Uh, and Okay, right now we move to findings parts. Uh, so first on this page, I shall provide a simple introduction to these five concepts. On the following pages, I shall outline how these five dimensions manifest within esports live streaming. So first is expertise. Expertise can be referred to authoritative, competence, and qualification. And second is physical attractiveness, refer to whether consumers think that the live streamer is attractive based on personal style, appearance, and unique personalities that probably exist. So third is interactivity, academically defined as the degree of two-way engagement between viewers and streamers. Fourth is trustworthiness, broadly defined as acceptance and trust placed in the speaker and information conveyed. Fifth is social attractiveness, emphasize line on whether you. Oh, really? Also, I'm really sorry about the mistake, but I'm already in this page right now. Well, so let's continue with these pages. Maybe. Okay, so maybe like let's way to do this one. Showing my monitor. This is the page. Okay, like let me do this in this way. Okay, um, let's continue. Fifth is social attractiveness. Emphasize line on whether viewers are willing to establish social relationship with streamers. While trustworthiness, um, attractiveness, and expertise have been extensively examined in priori literature. Interactivity and social attractiveness have emerged as key dimensions in recent research, particularly in online streaming. Next, we categorized recurring signals observed in literature into five distinct groups. And this classification aimed to show how the model fitting in esports streaming and treating them as actionable observation clues, cues, and seed for subsequent measurement skills. So, firstly, as you can see, the concept of expertise is commonly seen in marketing media studies. It's referred to how knowledgeable, how knowledge SMI have about the products they promote. However, within esports live streaming research is seen as in-game expertise, including game ability, version understanding, and furthermore, studies suggest that esport expertise is mainly shown through one's recognized authority and deep understanding of the esport ecosystem. And secondly, physical attractiveness referred to appearance with key aspects in the literature, including facial features, skin, hairstyle, makeup, and neatness, and so on. Unlike previous studies, we exclude items such as lighting and video quality, as these do not relate to the streamer's human attributes. And social attractiveness is another factor. In many studies, this usually means being approachable, gentle, and easy to connect with. So, for research additionally highlight the respect for other defeated athletes and self-emotional management following defeat. So maybe I can give you a simple example. So in many esport matches, after the game ends, the winning team normally show respect to the losing team. They shaking hands, they stand up, or giving small note. Now imagine like a opposite a player losing a game and refuse to shake hands, stay there with a bad attitude, or even smash the monitor. So most of us wouldn't think, wow, this person is so cool, right? Instead, we would probably think this one is someone not um I'd want to be friend with. So emotional control after match based on basic sportsmanship and an ability to show respect, uh, uh, even under pressure, are all part of what makes streamers social attractive. They make audience feel that this is someone with whom they would enjoy interacting or spending time. And there is another study even suggests that the contrast is a part of social attractiveness. The switch between being competitive player and streamers make viewers more curious and more engaged with the streamer's identity. So next is trustworthiness. In esports, key trustworthiness indicators include um, professionalism and fair play linked to anti-cheating. Research also indicates that appropriate disclosure of sponsor relationship, and potential conflicts enhance trustworthiness. And about the anti-cheating, I can give you another example. So in China, during an official League of Legends event hosted on a major live streaming platform, several retired athletes and well-known esports celebrities were invited for a special exhibition match. And during the scrims before the event, one athlete noticed something very strange. So one of his teammates was performing way below his usual level, so bad that it feels like a completely different person had, take over the keyboard. So sensing that something was off, he suspect that the player might be using some kind of unfair assistance or just cheating. So as a result, he publicly announced he withdraw he just quit from the match. So imagine this. So the next time he claims this kind of thing happened again, so wouldn't you be much more likely to trust his judgment? So this is the trustworthiness. And so finally, interactivity. Well, interactivity has really focused in past research, and typically studied within social media context as an attribute of social media influencer. Uh, Study in esports live streaming frequently um, exam responding to bully comment, guiding comment segment, and instructional streaming styles. Conversely, traditional interactivity metrics like replying private message and comments are rarely mentioned in esports live streaming context. And finally, the interactivity has really no. Finally, the limitations. So this is so first of all, this is a conceptual integration, and we still need empirical testing. And it's secondly, it's lean on English database. So, as we all know, South Korea has one of the most developed esports research communities in the world, and they are probably very high quality studies written only in Korean. So, since we only include English language publics, so this will be a limitation. So, maybe future research should include Korean language database, and for the future research, because this research is my the first step of my PhDs, and next step I will develop a five factor scale and run a EFA and CFA, test the measurement in variance, and link psychometrics to behavioral telemetry like watch time, integration logs, and return visits. The model outcomes such as satisfaction and revisit intentions. So, thanks so much for listening, and apologize again for the for the mistake. I'm very happy to take your questions right now. Really sorry for the mistake about the screen.
Are you considering the difference between co-streamers versus the official stream?
Um, actually, sorry, can you repeat that? Well, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so Loosening in chat
Just like
ask, are you
that.
considering the difference between co-streamers and the official stream?
Well, this is a very good question, and um, that distinction is very important. And in my study, I mainly focus on individual esports streamers, but different between co-streamers and official broadcast is a valuable direction for future research. Uh, and So because I mainly focus on the on the individual esports streamers. So uh, in like in co streamers and official streamers, they might be don't have streamers, they have casters, and the audience may be uh, they there are very massive uh, viewers in the live room. So uh, I believe this is a completely different things, because the official live streaming is more like a big room, and uh, so they might get less perceived attributes from the streamer. So maybe next time, maybe this is a very big difference. So they need to be studied.
Thank you so much, Jerry,
Okay,
for your
thank you.
presentation. It was lovely to have you on.
Thank you. Have a good day.